Since medical cannabis has become legal, it will continue to become more accessible and commonplace as a standard and even a preferred treatment for things like chronic pain, Crohn's disease, eating disorders, migraines, sleep disorders, and more. In the workplace, this means employers, managers, supervisors, and employees all have to be aware of how to properly respond to the use of medicinal cannabis and what it means in the context of work. This extends to contractors as well, who are expected at a minimum to meet the policy expectations of the organization they're working for. This course is meant to cover procedures relevant to all those parties, but to keep things simple, we'll refer to everyone as either employers or employees. Also, this course provides a simplified guide to what an employee's disclosure of medicinal cannabis use should look like, as well as the steps that should follow. Though we're specifically referencing medical cannabis, the exact same principles of accommodation explained in this course are applicable to any other drug prescribed by a doctor, so the steps we're outlining should be used for any prescribed drug. We will discuss how disclosure and accommodation relate to workplace safety and medicinal cannabis use, disclosure and what it should include, as well as best practices, the limits of accommodation, some of the more common types of accommodation, responsibilities as they relate to disclosure and accommodation, and the accommodation process and best practices. This course does not cover compensation or any issues related to injuries at work. At the end of this course, you will need to pass a short knowledge check to ensure you understand the content presented. Throughout the course, we'll reference any key legislation and case law that deals with these topics. You can find the legislation and the case law in the Resources tabs at any time. Finally, please note that the contents of the training material are provided for general information and training purposes only, and do not constitute legal advice of any kind. Users of this training material are advised to seek specific legal advice.